my goodness. All right. Hello. So we are doing something a little different today. Yes. Check. Sound check. Yep. We're all good right here. Sound check is good. Everything's good. Do. So something different, as in, like, I don't usually stream at 12 p.m. on a Friday, which is pretty interesting for me. And I'm kind of liking it. Like, I like this is nice and relaxed setting, and we'll check out some latest news, what's going on in Florida as of right now. And I heard this morning there is a flood warning, like a flash flood type warning, and couple of the counties. Jocelyn is here. Hello, welcome. So this is going to be a pretty nice and slow crowd today, which is nice because that way I get to practice. I get to practice actually doing something else. And something else as in talk about type of my job that I am specialized in, and the emergency response, and like in the aftermath. This is something that, this is my education. This is what I am meant to do. So, all right. Say hi to Buzz. I have you in Discord while I wait for Tomorrowland. Nice. I will. All right. Let's see. Let's check this out. I have a couple of things that I wanted to go over.
About 200 people. That number is expected to rise because there are other parts of Pasco County
Can you hear that?
Just like this, and they're rising. So I want to go over here and show you this fence. It looks like this part of the river, this part of Pasco County, has receded a little bit, but of course, if you are in Zephyr Hills, St. Anne community, also the Dade City area as well, if you are near a river body of water like this, you just need to get out because officials don't know how much it's going to rise. We have,
All right, one more thing. I saw people actually just going into the water, and I know, like, whenever you evacuate from the flooded areas, and you kind of have no choice, right? But if you just wanted to go into into that water, or just do whatever, let me just remind some people, this water is really nasty. Like, there's dead animals, there is people's toilets and are flooded. It's just, it's underground, straight up, like, just came up there, and it has so much just the bad stuff, like, just bad stuff. So I wouldn't even touch that water if I don't have to. Or especially in Florida, when post hurricane the weather is gonna it's gonna heat up, right? Yeah, so no video. I'm right here. Hi. So, and it's a mosquito breeding ground, and is just, that's why the authorities are working so fast to pump out that water as fast as they can, because they know it's coming. She got the video paused right now. Oh yeah, I do have the video paused. All right.
Just so many crews out here, crews from Texas, from Louisiana. We actually have some residents here that live in the area. So your name is John, right? Yes. Okay, can you tell me a little bit, and this is your son?
Jaden, yes.
Yes, y'all live in the area?
Yes, we live right up the road at Copper Springs, and just seeing the devastation here has reminded us how truly blessed we are just to be alive and healthy. And I want to give a big shout out to all the first responders
Have
and
fun,
everybody,
Sissy.
the whole communities coming together in times of need like this. We're very grateful for all of that.
So this is historic flooding. Have you ever seen this area get this bad?
Never. It's definitely awe-inspiring and very heartbreaking to see.
Were you impacted by flooding, or do you know someone that is in a community like this?
We're very fortunate. We haven't been impacted directly, but we're very nearby. So a lot of our friends and families nearby unfortunately affected by this storm, and our heart goes out to everybody. I know it's tough.
It really is. But thank you so much for giving us a moment to, yes, I'll shake your hand.
Sorry.
No, giving us a kind of view of what residents have seen in the past. So, and again, we definitely want to reiterate those of you in Pasco County, St. Anne community, Zephyr Hills, Dade City. What Rebecca was talking about is these places are going to rise. You're going to see a whole lot more of this. I mean, even buildings, businesses are being impacted over here, and you can just see that water.
It's
Rose, a woman we
devastating.
talked to earlier, said that the water over near that McDonald's over there was just, it was just surrounded. It was swirling around. We keep seeing those drains swirling around, trying to get rid of that water. But what I have noticed is that it looks like the water from the roadways over here is just going deep into there. And over the past few minutes, I mean, the past hour, really, we've seen someone on a kayak. Pasco County Fire Rescue even has those high water vehicles out here as well. So they are constantly going in there, but they did have to send some crews over to the east part of Pasco County because that is where they're seeing that people need rescuing. So we are definitely going to check in with them and just kind of see what they're seeing over there, find out what they're seeing, just so people know to get out of those places because it's pretty dangerous, according to the fire chief. But I'll send it back to you.
Thank you so much. It's Rebecca here, Brianda. And I just wanted your perspective because not only have you been working here for a long time, but you're from the area and we do deal with river flooding, particularly after these rainfall events. How does this compare to things you've seen?
Yes. So, I mean,
Good
rivers.
question.
I live in Southwest, or I grew up in Southwest Florida in the DeSoto County area, but the Peace River there, I mean, even during Ian, during Hurricane Charlie, I went through Hurricane Charlie when I was a kid, those rivers rose. And during Hurricane Ian, I mean, it's so dangerous to stay in places like this near rivers because that river rises and it's after storms. So that's what I've seen personally in the time that I've lived in Florida, specifically in DeSoto County, Arcadia. I mean, first responders have to pull people out of situations like this. So it is seeing it up close. It really puts into perspective, how dangerous situations like this are. And that's why we want to reiterate to people that do live in areas like this to leave if they can or get to higher ground. I mean, in areas over
Have
by Hudson,
fun.
one of our reporters was over there. She said she saw people on their roofs.
Thanks for
So
helping
this
out
is a
earlier.
life-threatening situation for a lot of people.
I think a lot of people don't understand how fast flooding can be in. It goes from everything just looks normal and then the water just rises so incredibly quickly. I think it catches a lot of people off guard. Is that something you've seen in the field?
Oh, yes. Even residents that just took a walk down here, we spoke to a woman who is just like, wow, we've never seen it look like this. People are, in shock, obviously, because it's something that they've just never seen before. And if you're driving through Pasco County, people have to keep in mind there's going to be a ton of roads that are just going to be completely flooded. So it looks like here, actually law enforcement here in this area near the Elfers community, State Road 54. It's near a Bell's outlet here. No one from the public's able to come in here. Law enforcement is blocking stuff out. So Joseph, I don't know if you can zoom in over there, right over in the distance. People, the law enforcement vehicles are blocking off roads just like this. We're seeing this all around Pasco County, and that's so people don't drive through this. I feel like people get very confident that their car's going to be able to get through water, but we've seen, cars halfway submerged, completely
I wouldn't be
submerged
so
because,
confident.
people aren't heeding these warnings from law enforcement that, hey, if you drive into an area like this, your car may not make it through.
All right, yeah, I wouldn't be so confident driving because you never know what's underneath this water because some debris could have washed out, your tires get slashed, you run over other stuff, potholes, sinkholes. Let's see what's going on the other side. Okay, so I wanted to. Oh my god. Let's see. So there's. Have you guys heard of Lieutenant Dan? He got super popular, like really popular, during this hurricane because he was sitting in a boat. He was saving his boat, and I don't know, like TikTok just exploded about this Lieutenant Dan guy. It was kind of funny. It's like I got like, oh, let me check in on Lieutenant Dan myself, but then I started kind of looking and other things. And this guy's a criminal. This guy's like straight up criminal, like from assault to trying to set a woman on fire to like, and everybody just romanticize him at the very beginning, and now it's biting all of this like in the butt. So I think he did it for clout. Like, I straight up think he did this for clout without realizing how big it's gonna explode. But man, and then people were donating money into his whole GoFundMe page and everything. And then this guy, I think this guy said he's gonna give him a boat and like $100,000 so he can like travel around and videotape stuff. And now he's taking it all back. Okay, let me tell you something. If you have $100,000 to spare, then why don't you actually put that $100,000 into something meaningful for those families who lost their homes, who lost their shit, like, and they're devastated. And those people like might not even have insurance. So now they have to depend into either state insurance or any other kind of help. And those YouTubers and TikTokers that have all this money to throw around just for the heck of it, they are not donating into a proper, like, to like actually help humanity, and just use that for clouds. Help somebody out. Oh my God. Yes, I this grinds my gears. It's like, this seriously grinds my gears. Woo. Well, that was fun. Letting us know how the trolls can be. I know I did it at first. Yeah. Man, I got heated over here. No, seriously. If you have anything, like, just if you trying to offer $100,000 to somebody else that is ended up being like straight up a criminal. I think he's got, I don't know, don't quote me on that, like 12 different arrests. Like, he actually spent some time in prison, and the money that could have been well spent on the families who don't have anything anymore because of this hurricane, because it's something just happened. It's natural disaster. Natural disasters happen all the time. All the time. Or disasters from natural habits happen all the time. Because, well, I wanted to rephrase natural disaster and disaster from natural hazards. Okay, so disaster from natural hazards, you can prevent a disaster. You can prevent by instilling proper building codes, by providing proper supplies to survive, right? But anyways, I went into emergency management realm over here. But it just grinds my gears when people just have all this money to toss around and not being able to actually help out families that need it, or the neighborhoods that need it. Clouds. All right. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with like actually doing a little bit. We all seeking some sort of a cloud thing, and we're all seeking some recognition or something. But at what a cost? At what expense? I heard in North Carolina, FEMA isn't giving them the 7 or 750 a lot. Only get approved for like 300. There has nothing. Now it's sad. Their FEMA actually came out with a statement. There are some rumors going on, and I'm not sure. Hold on just one second. Let's look it up. Because they did. I read it on LinkedIn. I read it somewhere on LinkedIn. Let's go back to LinkedIn, because there's some rumors were happening about not providing help or doing something else, and I thought I seen it. All right. Oh, now let's actually Google this. Let's see. FEMA rumors, Milton. Let's do that. All right. So FEMA reports it has under 10% in frontline staff available ahead. No, that's not it. It battles. Okay, so there you go. FEMA prepares for Hurricane. Oh, that's preparing for Hurricane Milton. It battles rumors surrounding land recovery. FEMA always. There's always rumors about this stuff. There's always something else. There's always some kind of misinformation happening with any kind of disaster. Like with any kind of activations, there's always some kind of rumor, and I listen to what authorities put out, right? I do, and not get into a bit of a rumorville. But you know, I don't know. There just says prepares for hurricane. There's some kind of rumor picked up strength. Okay. Hurricane Milton through is different. It really is just a cluster of storms kind of swirling around the Gulf of Mexico, but it spanned just for 10 hours. It went from Category 1 to Cat 5 hurricane. You know what? I'm gonna guys remind you. Let's see. Here. Just as a reminder, what different categories of a hurricane are is just as a reminder. There you go. There you go. Just reminding you what different categories are. There's a bug in here. Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4, and Cat 5. Meow. As I'm looking for something else to watch. Okay. Oh, yes, this is what I wanted to do. So DeSantis is speaking on Milton right now, and he's been speaking. Let's see. Oof. So, geesh, speaking for a long time. We'll just get into this one. Let's watch this. It's live, so might as well watch it.
Commercial airports, Daytona, Lakeland, Melbourne, Orlando, Sanford, Palm Beach, Punta Gorda, Southwest Florida, Tampa International, and Vero Beach are all open. Sarasota, Bradenton is expected to reopen at 0600 tomorrow, and St. Pete Clearwater Airport is expected to resume today at 1600. We are helping them with pumps to send so that they're able to get up online later this afternoon. Port Tampa Bay and Seaport Manatee have reopened with some restrictions. Channel assessments are currently underway at both of them, and I know Kevin is working with the utilities and the port, particularly in Tampa, to get the power restored so that they can resume full operations. Port Canaveral and Jacksport are both open. Landslide are expected to open waterside later today. 19 school districts that were closed yesterday have reopened today. There are at least 7 other school districts opening on Monday, and I bet you will hear more districts announce reopenings for Monday, given, thankfully, I think most of them had either no or very minimal damage. For parents who want information on your school district, you can go to fldoe.org/storminfo. That's the Florida Department of Education website, fldoe.org/storminfo. Fatalities. Now, we had 5 fatalities with that tornado in St. Lucie.
Oh yeah, and they
very
had the
tragic
tornadoes
thing.
as well.
I don't think that these are things with the tornadoes. They come. It is very hard to prepare. You got to just take cover and hope for the best. So we have had fatalities of that nature. But what we are also seeing is we're now in the period where you have fatalities that are preventable. We have had fatalities because of interaction with downed power lines and water. We are seeing hazards that are still there. So please exercise caution. Don't wade into floodwaters. Be careful with how you're using ladders. Use generators properly. Make sure it's outside your home. Don't run that generator inside. So we are now in the situation where everything has been stabilized. And so you have to make the proper decisions and just know that there are still some hazards out there. We see debris. Probably not as much debris, quite frankly, as I anticipated 48 hours ago when you were looking at what the storm was doing, but you have a lot of debris. If you have debris interacting with power lines, don't mess with it. People will come and be able to get that handled. So please exercise caution. If you need assistance with things like helping with your house, we have all the organizations that are now descending on Florida again. They're all part
So
of the
we're
Activate Hope
watching.
mission
This is
through the
live.
Division of Emergency
So
Management in Hope,
DeSantis is
Florida. We
briefing
have a
on some stuff.
24-hour hotline, 1-833-GET-HOPE, 1-833-GET-HOPE. If you have needs,
I'm gonna find some
chances
other
are we're
stuff
going to
for
have
us
an
to watch
organization,
because I want to
not
see the
even government,
devastation that
private
like
organization that
happened.
can go and help you, particularly when you're
Kursuma,
talking about maybe damage to your home
hello.
or property. We've got folks that can come and help mitigate that for you. So please utilize the Hope Florida line for that.
This is live, so
If
we're
people need
watching
temporary shelter,
DeSantis
we still have Visit
briefing
Florida's emergency
what's
accommodation
happening.
modules and Expedia and Priceline available. We also have through Hope Florida, if you have shelter needs, you can call Hope Florida and they can work with their partners to see what's available. We will have the Hope Florida bus located at the following places today: in Sarasota at New College of Florida from 12 to 5 p.m. In Lee County, Hope Bus will be at Summit Church, 19601 Ben Hill Griffin Parkway in Fort Myers from 12 to 5. Charlotte County, Murdoch Baptist Church in Port Charlotte, 12 to 5. You will have the Hope Bus, and that will likely be in other counties in the ensuing days. If you have business damage, you can report your business damage on our business survey at floridadisaster.biz, floridadisaster.biz. We've also activated additional money for no interest loans for businesses who may need a cash infusion. So we have an additional $50 million on top of what we did for Hurricane Helene. Normal businesses are eligible for up to $50,000. Up to $100,000 for agriculture
I'm
and
sure there's going to be
aquaculture,
some
and up to
fraud going on with that
$150,000 for
too.
citrus and for
Some
cattle.
businesses saying
And
like, I
again, these
lost
are zero
everything.
interest loans, very flexible repayment options.
Yeah, this is really
Say
sad.
we put aside money in Florida. We got a massive rainy day fund, massive surplus. And so we understand there's contingencies. So we want to work with people. We're not going to be beating down your door tomorrow to say, pay us back the money. We'll get it eventually, but we understand these are difficult times. And we are already starting having applications come in for Milton. We had a lot come in for Helene as well. So if you want to apply for one of those emergency bridge loans, you go to floridajobs.org/EBL, floridajobs.org/EBL. We've also activated the Florida Disaster Fund, where people can make tax deductible charitable contributions so that this can be deployed to help people in need.
Like
that's floridadisasterfund.org, floridadisasterfund.org. Raised and distributed $63 million.
I'm done listening to him. So anyways, so that was live. I do want to watch this one segment, and I'm gonna find there's a drone footage that I wanted to take a look, but I need to find the drone footage because these guys, they're storm chasers. So there's like a group of YouTubers and storm chasers and they just go out after the storms, and then they did like this drone footage, which kind of gives you the devastation that happened. But the thing is, the tornadoes are not uncommon during a hurricane, but they had 7-8 different tornadoes. It's crazy. It's just getting stronger and stronger each year. So Hurricane Milton causing. All right. So I wanted to take a look at this really fast. While I'm looking for the drone footage.
Hurricane Milton slamming into the Gulf Coast of Florida earlier tonight, making landfall near Sarasota as a Category 3 storm with 120-mile-per-hour winds. Those monster gusts sending walls of water. The wind even ripping off the roof of Tropicana Field, which had been set up as a shelter. Dozens of tornadoes popping up across Florida. In St. Lucie County, multiple fatalities. Firefighters rescuing residents from vehicles and structures, with some trapped or unable to escape from overturned vehicles. Our team was on the ground across the state. We turned first to Whit Johnson in Tampa, where it has been a difficult and dangerous night. Whit.
Byron, we're in downtown Tampa right now. This is after Milton has made landfall, and we're starting to get these extreme hurricane-force wind gusts coming through. We're in a fortified parking garage right now, but I want to take you to the railing so you can take a look below at the streets. You can see the trees blowing. There's a sign across the street, some of the palm fronds. We've actually seen some signs ripped off and some debris blowing down the street here. That's the thing with Hurricane Milton that they were worried about. It's the combination of these hurricane-force wind gusts, also the rain, up to 12 inches of rain potentially expected in this area, and the potentially record-breaking storm surge of up to 9 feet. We were here just 2 weeks ago, and it was Hurricane Helene. With that storm, most of the concern was the flooding, and it did pretty significant damage. We actually went back to many of the same neighborhoods that were flooded from Hurricane Helene, and we talked to people who hunkered down in that storm. This time around, they heeded the warnings. Most of the people we spoke with said they were getting out and evacuating. 13,000 people in the Tampa area were staying in evacuation shelters. We spoke to a number of families who lived here their whole lives and said they'd never seen anything like this. The 1-2 punch from Hurricane Helene and Milton. We also talked to the fire chief, who told us that when the storm is hitting, which is happening right now, they cannot send emergency crews to respond to 911 calls. So for those who did not evacuate, they're essentially on their own right now. Those search and rescue crews will get out in high water vehicles and boats when the winds eventually subside. Byron?
Whit Johnson in Tampa, thank you so much. Stay safe, my friend. We turn now to ABC Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z, joining us from Fort Myers. Ginger, what can you tell us?
So, Byron, let me set the scene for you. As we've seen the onshore flow now, the surge behind us has had debris in it. You see that shed? The doorknob is almost reached with the water. So if it gets higher, that can be ripped apart. I actually covered Ian, and they had a little shed there that they lost in Ian. And so we're kind of repeating that part, but we're looking for a big-time surge to still be pushing up as the storm pulls across the state, because it's happening fast. It's racing. And even by early tomorrow morning, like 5 a.m., Daytona Beach to New Smyrna could be feeling some of those hurricane force gusts, definitely tropical storm force. And I think we'll see a lot of power outages overnight. We'll get rid of Milton by...
I want to get over here.
Spawning over 30 tornadoes, ripping through neighborhoods, tearing the roofs off people's homes.
And we all started going for the hallway. Didn't even make it there in time.
And we have lost some life. Search and rescue teams are on their way. Our deputies are out here. The fire district is out here. We're going through the rubble.
Just north of Palm Beach on the East Coast, officials confirming multiple fatalities from tornadoes. Video from NASA capturing the magnitude of the storm. The intense storm surge already flooding city streets. Tampa's mayor warning locals of the dangers on CNN.
I can say without any dramatization whatsoever, if you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
The storm is here. It is really nuts out here right now. The wind is whipping
The roof is literally ripping off.
Residents who stayed back now battling what some call unsurvivable elements. Over 2 million customers already without power. According to officials, Milton is expected to cause severe damage across Florida from Tampa to Orlando to Jacksonville.
It's not just about where it makes landfall. It's going to barrel across the state of Florida.
A local emergency currently exists.
As Milton was barreling towards the coast, officials begged residents to evacuate.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is calling for evacuation.
While many Floridians fled the path of the storm in a mass exodus, for some, time ran out. With nearly 2,000 gas stations out of fuel, locals like Jenny Karate said staying in the Tampa area was her family's best option.
We had trouble finding a hotel and didn't want to get stranded on the highway running out of gas.
Calvin Bryant has lived in Sarasota since 1957. He chose not to evacuate.
So when your family, your kids and grandchildren told you to please leave, what was your response?
I'm not going nowhere.
As the storm surge got closer to the coast, dangerous tornadoes spotted across southern Florida. Terrifying home surveillance video capturing the moment this tornado roared through Fort Myers. Another tornado spotted on a traffic camera crossing I-75 west of Fort Lauderdale, far from where Milton is taking direct aim.
I watched it grow from tropical storm to a Cat 5 monster within 2 missions, which is the fastest I've ever seen anything rapidly intensify.
Earlier today, hurricane hunters from NOAA headed into the eye of the storm to evaluate its strength and size.
This is the craziest storm that I've ever flown inside of, hands down. Multiple missions in a row with the worst turbulence I've ever seen.
Once you've seen the worst, you have to prepare for the worst.
Rebecca Binkowski is no stranger to hurricane season.
There's a lot of stuff to throw away.
In 2022, Hurricane Ian destroyed the island of Sanibel, 20 miles off the coast of Fort Myers, the location of her beloved bookstore. After the devastation, she had to rebuild an entirely new location. But with her new bookstore in the path of Hurricane Milton, she decided to evacuate, this time to St. Augustine.
I may not be able to come back to my store for weeks, months, who knows. So I took all of the merchandise out of my store.
Milton coming on the heels of Hurricane Helene. The destruction from that Category 4 absolutely devastating. With more than 230 people killed, according to officials, Helene is now the deadliest mainland hurricane since Katrina. Helene ravaged the southeastern states, particularly North Carolina.
That's from Helene? Oh my God. Wow. Like, hold on. I wanna watch that footage again. That's nuts. That's a whole RV just like
Devastating.
Whoa.
With more than 230 people killed, according to officials, Helene is now the deadliest mainland hurricane since Katrina. Helene ravaged the southeastern states, particularly North Carolina. Deadly mudslides, water plants severely damaged, hundreds of thousands left without power, roads completely blocked, bridges collapsed. One family in the town of Fairview losing 11 people.
My mother and father, my aunt and uncle, my great aunt and uncle, lost cousins, second cousins.
In Florida, the aftermath of that storm, leaving debris piled high. That wreckage now possibly becoming flying projectiles with Milton's strong winds. While disinformation about the federal government's help with the storm recovery has run rampant, efforts are already underway.
Over the last few weeks, there's been a reckless and irresponsible and relentless promotion of disinformation and outright lies about what's going on.
Hey, TF, welcome.
It's undermining confidence in the people in Florida and incredible rescue and recovery work that has been undertaken.
FEMA is on the ground in Florida, working with local authorities, urging Americans to apply for assistance.
The biggest effect, I would say, is people that have been impacted are afraid to apply for our assistance. Assistance that then they can get a hotel room. They can get reimbursement for some of the costs or damages to their home.
But as Hurricane Milton continues to pass through the state of Florida, the results of its devastation is still unknown.
Well, there was footage from last time around, so now we kind of have a pretty good idea of devastation. I'm waiting for I'm actually waiting for damage report or damage assessment reports. They usually put out damage assessment on FEMA website. So they have a damage assessment for Hurricane Helena already out, but they haven't had a damage assessment for this one out yet. Let's see. There is a drone footage that this storm chasers took, and I found it. Let's see. So, and I don't think it has any sound, but let's put this up in here. Yeah, so yeah, this one doesn't have sound. Where'd it go? Where'd my tab go? Great. You guys see my tab. I don't see the tab. There it is. But this drone footage, it's nuts. These guys they flew a drone into evacuated areas. Yeah, like I said, there's no sound, but we can. That is crazy. Let's make it like a little bit up speed. That's nuts. See, that's the winds and rain and everything. It's just like that's the kind of devastation that happens, and people don't want to evacuate from certain areas. I understand if you have like a concrete house, which this concrete lady went viral, and I guess after a while she took down her socials and Instagram and her TikTok, is because I don't blame her. She probably got a lot of hate, and probably some YouTubers or TikTokers start driving by the house and then waving hello and try to figure out what's going on. Oh, the concrete house. So there's this lady. She was posting videos on TikTok, right? And she was posting videos on TikTok saying like, "Oh, I'm not evacuating. My husband built this house. It's solid concrete. We're not going anywhere." So she's just been posting all throughout. And once the hurricane hits, she just did like one post and just disappeared after that. But the next day, there are people who start driving by her house, and I'm sure she got some threatening, crazy trolls coming out. And so her daughter posted on TikTok last night saying that, "Hey, this is Concrete Lady's daughter. I just want to say nicely, do not drive by the house, and it's the only time that I'll be speaking." So, but anyways, oh my god. So friends at Comic-Con. That's so cool. Hey, I want to see some pictures after Comic-Con. Yeah, this is nuts. This is what wind does to you. Wind and rain and hurricane. Look at that. It's interesting how certain houses are actually still standing. There's no debris, nothing, and some houses are just completely wiped out. Look at that boat! Look at that boat! If the waves can and the wind can bring that boat, it's a hold on a second. It's a front side parking, boat parking, right? Where did the boat go? There it is. It's the lawn boat parking. Or boat moving, presented to you by Hurricane Milton. That's crazy. Those houses are huge, by the way. I bet they all have insurance. But how about the people who live in trailer park that don't have insurance, or those prefab homes, prefab homes properties that don't have a lot of insurance? There you go, another boat, yacht. There you go. It's a yacht, front door or back door parking yacht. That's crazy. These guys did a really good job at actually putting this drone footage out. Whoa. Yeah, so these guys is WX Chasing. So they have, yeah, so all right. They do have this other drone footage that posted. Where is it? What, did they take it down? I think they took down like one of the other drone footage. It's from the tropical whatever. Yeah, they must have taken it down. It's from the hotel. Not a hotel. It's from the stadium when the roof came off. Yeah, they must have taken down. Well, that sucks. I wanted to show it to you guys. Mirror. All right. Anyways, so let's see. I want to see if there's like anybody else live. So they're doing. So this one is 4 hours ago. Let's do. Okay, so have you heard of Lieutenant Dan? Tio, have you heard of the Lieutenant Dan? The thing that everybody's talking about. It's this guy ended up being a criminal. And I went on a little rant earlier because these YouTubers were trying to, they're saying like they're giving him a boat and $100,000 so he can travel around the world, and you have not heard about Lieutenant Dan? Okay, we're doing this. We are dipping into Lieutenant Dan because okay, this guy started hunkering down on the boat. So he started hunkering down on the boat to wave out the storm. He strapped himself to, I don't know, to a pole or something, and started hunkering down. And they try to evacuate him. The police try to evacuate him, and he did not evacuate. He just saying like, hey, this is my home. I'm staying where it's, where my home is. I'm not going anywhere. And he was just posting some videos on TikTok, and he became like a viral sensation, like this crazy viral sensation on TikTok. All these YouTubers and TikTokers coming over to him, and they're like, oh, Lieutenant Dan, like we're going into TikTok territory right now. So I'm going to show you Lieutenant Dan. Let's see. Lieutenant Dan, Showdown with Storm. We're going into. Okay, so, and let's see. So this guy, right? He just hunkered down and he just became this viral sensation. And this other YouTubers came out and said, hey, we're gonna offer you. He survived the storm. He did. And so they say like, oh, I'm gonna offer you a boat and $100,000 so you can travel the world and have your own YouTube channel and this and that. And ended up he's a freaking criminal. He's got like over 7 different arrests, and he's been into prison, and he's tried to set a woman on fire before, and now they're like pulling all this $100,000 out. Like they're saying like, oh, we're not giving it to him, right? And my rant earlier was, if you have all this money to spend, like if you have $100,000 money to spend and give it to some criminal, this risking his own life, just for clout, Why don't you donate that money to people who actually lost their homes, right? People who actually cannot return to their homes or anything else. Yeah, exactly. What a scammer. What a yes, 100%. And it grinds my gears. It grinds my gears when when yeah, it obviously backfired on him, and I'm not sure what was happening. I'm not sure like if he meant to do it on purpose or it's just happened like that. I don't know. I don't know. That's not. But it happened. He went viral, and what grinds my gears is them people, those YouTubers or those TikTokers, have $100,000 to give it to this guy. Right now, they just pulling that $100,000 out to give it to this criminal. Plus, he had a GoFundMe page that raised over like $28,000. Okay, yeah, he's homeless. I understood. I get it. But $100,000, if you have it to give it to this guy, why don't you give it to the people who actually need it? To the people who actually lost their homes and they don't have insurance and they don't have anywhere else to go, and then they will be on the street eventually. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. There are programs established by FEMA, by the states, and they're to help out those kind of people. But if you have that money, give that to somebody who actually needs it. You want some clout? This is the clout that you. This is the clout. This is a good clout. This is the clout that because you are doing something good, you're helping people out. Hold on a second. All right. This guy's coming in and to buy one of the massage tables that we were selling. My mom's gonna go. All right, so yeah, so my mom's taking care of that. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. We're gonna dip into this Lieutenant Dan. Let's start from the beginning. I went on a little rant. Hold on a second. Let me take a breather. Whew. Yeah, it's I'm not. I get passionate. I get passionate about things like this because I get to see within my job realm, right, within my emergency management job realm, and everything that I have done, I get to see so many lives lost. I get to see devastation firsthand. Like I actually get to see it with my own eyes, and get to see the people who cannot come back to their houses, who cannot rebuild. They have to move to another state, or they lived there all of their lives and it just got destroyed. They just lost everything in a fire or flood or hurricane or any other natural disaster. And then it just and if I had the means, if I literally had the means to do it, I would help out. I would donate to the proper agencies so they can distribute the funding, or I would support a family. Like if I met a really nice family, I would support it. I don't have the means. I'm unfortunately I don't have that. And plus a lot of the stuff that we've been helping out is helping out very, very on a small scale to Ukrainian relief, to the families that we have out there. But if you have the means, donate that money to the needed. Help out a family. Feed them. Give them shelter. Help them to rebuild their house. Trailer park or just one trailer. Rebuild a trailer. Buy them a trailer. Those trailers cost like what? $20,000-$50,000. Buy them a trailer. So they can put it back on the same lot or move it somewhere else in a safer place. Xana's mad. Yeah. All right. Clip it. If all the trolls are out there, you can clip that shit. I don't mind. Actually, I don't care. I don't care whatever you guys do. Let's see. We're past the whole troll scam thingy. Nobody cares about those. Let's see. Share screen. Oh yeah. Also don't watch the beginning part. Like I'm actually gonna cut a bit segment out. We had some technical difficulties. My Wi-Fi connection was kind of crappy, and I had too many tabs open because I was actually gonna do some little bit of research into the devastation and the relief that people can help out with. But we scratch that, just start watching some news. But yeah, I'm gonna come back after this and cut this segment out. All right. Lieutenant Dan. And remember, this is TikTok, so we can't if there is what is it? I was gonna lost my train of thought. So if there's like a music or something, we're gonna cut it off because it's gonna strike us. All right, so Lieutenant Dan. So this is the guy. And this is I guess it was a day ago, right? It's right before. So this is from Daily Mail.
Place to be is on a boat to flood. Okay, we learned that with Noah. Everybody that stayed on land drowned. Noah and the animals lived. So I'm fine.
Do you have any animals?
No, I wish I did.
Okay.
I could use 2 females. I'm good.
Are you okay? Everybody's worried about you.
Who's worried about you?
It's all over TikTok.
Everybody, across the country.
I'm gonna go live.
Can you hear?
Are you gonna be okay?
I'm gonna be fine.
I don't think people realize you're so close down. I mean, you could just get off if something bad happened. You know what I mean?
I'm not going anywhere. The safest place to be is on a boat to flood. Okay, we learned that with Noah. Everybody that stayed on land drowned. Noah and the animals.
That's funny. Let's say, yeah, Lieutenant Sam. There you go.
He's okay. He's okay, which is like
Brian Ensign.
incredible, actually, based on what we've been through over the last couple of hours. Lieutenant Dan, I've got you on News Nation. We just wanted to. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm getting wet.
He's fine.
See, even like Brian Ensign came out there.
Just hanging in tight, waiting for the water to come in so I can see what I got to do then.
He said he's hanging in tight. Wait, oh boy, it's coming in here again. Okay. Okay, keep me posted. So the good news is there's some people up here, I think, who are sort of trying to keep an eye on him. But just to show Luis, I mean, it's not a good situation because the water has receded, right. So he's like.
All right, so that's the boat.
He's okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Come on, nope. All right, so let's see. Let's start at the beginning. Oh yeah, so this is his boat that wrecked. Oh no, music. No.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. We got.
There you go. There's like another video.
All right, it's 9 o'clock. We got 3 hours until high tide, and we're checking in on Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, he says it's his boat.
Dan! Lieutenant Dan! Are you in there? There he is!
Yeah, he says it's his boat, Dan! So.
We need an interview.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. There's our guy.
He said he lives in it.
Look at him! Yay!
Look at these guys standing in this dirty, nasty water, like straight up. This water is it's like
it's still low tide.
Poop water, like poop water, and then they're standing unsafely. This guy. Look at this.
We're doing great, man.
Just dumb.
I know, right?
Like dumb.
He might end up in the parking lot of Publix in a few hours. Are you confident where you're at?
Oh my god.
Lieutenant Dan has a shock.
Okay, so we'll get into his record in a minute. So let's see. Yeah, he's trending. He's been trending. There's like so many other people like creating accounts from him and everything else, and doing like all these updates. And then this guy, the streamer Aiden Ross, that's the guy that said like, I'm gonna buy you a boat, hey, I'll buy you boats and give you $100,000 so you can go travel and stuff like that. And I guess he was like streaming from the boat too. Let's see.
Now me, I was scared, but Lieutenant Dan, he was mad.
You see that boat? You see that boat? Look at this. Like we don't even know like if he was like really inside of it or not. I don't know. So this is after Hurricane. Hold on a second. It's finally like a good. Actually, you know what? I bet some YouTubers already created a good video about this guy and like what actually happened. Maybe they can explain it a little bit. So this is him streaming from inside of his boat.
Lieutenant Dan riding the storm out better than you.
Oh, hold on. So anyways, yeah, this guy's a criminal, like straight up.
Lieutenant Dan has a shocking.
Here, she's good.
Dan has a shocking criminal history. He went viral this week because he refused to leave his sailboat in Tampa as Hurricane Milton came in. As I reported this morning, he survived the storm, but now a new wave of trouble is coming his way, and it's not water, it's his past. Here are just some of his mugshots. He spent 6 months behind bars for punching a cop in 2023. He was arrested for allegedly trying to set a woman on fire. He's even going through a court battle right now with someone saying his sailboat isn't his. Now, it's being reported that a lot of arrests are for him failing to appear in court, and he's also been arrested for drug possession. So one influencer even said that he was going to pay $100,000 to buy Lieutenant Dan a new boat, but when he found out about this criminal record, he backed out. So today we saw a lot of the hurricane damage come to light, and now so is Lieutenant Dan's background.
So is Lieutenant Dan's background. I love that. That's hilarious. All right, let's see what. Oh my god. You're right. He's yeah, he's a winner for sure. Like that backfired fast, like really fast. And it's kind of funny because like I was keeping track. Like, yeah, I was the one who's like kind of invested and just keeping track like what's happening with this guy, and it's yeah, got backfired so fast. Like I completely agree with you on that one. I wanted to see like what YouTube people are saying about this dude. Let's see if we can find somebody good, because I can create a little video about him, but I don't want to give him like this is as much clout as he gonna get from this tiny channel that we have, this tiny community that we have, and I'm just expressing my concerns. That's all it is. All right, let's see. Do we have anybody that we wanted to support? Because there's somebody who can actually describe it goodly better. All right, let's see. Yeah, so this guy to the left, he's the Aiden Ross, I guess. I guess he's the one that's saying like, I think this one's good, right? 8 minutes. Decoy voice. Okay, so they have a big channel. Let's check out their channel because I don't want to just play just anybody, you know. Or let's see. Okay. I don't know who that guy is, but display. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to play just anybody's channel. Okay, this one might be good. Let's watch. Let's give it a try.
The man who survived Hurricane Milton, Lieutenant Dan.
All right.
Now he faces a new challenge, and some might argue even more difficult than Hurricane Milton. Lieutenant Dan is now facing the backlash of the internet.
First off, this man has a GoFundMe with over $20,000 in it. He's not homeless. Period. He lives on a boat. Except for the short year that he spent in prison for beating a EMT with a violin. His GoFundMe is under a different name than the one that he's using in the daily press and the one that he was arrested in. So it's really hard to tell who exactly he is. But what I have found is that his Facebook page lists himself as a digital creator. That's right. a digital creator.
Okay, so basically what's happening with Lieutenant Dan, all of a sudden his criminal records, his history, all of his mugshots, they are being brought out in the public eye. And a lot of people have opinions about it. Some people can't stand Lieutenant Dan. Some people love him. But one thing that's for sure, nobody really knows what exactly is going on. Because according to Lieutenant Dan, a lot of those charges, all of the charges are complete lies.
I went to prison, I did jail time, but I had to tell you point blank, God from my soul, I'm innocent of all the charges.
Yeah, okay, sure you are. You got charged with them.
I never even saw the cop. From behind. And then I went to prison for a year and a day on a battery on a Leo charge. And I never even saw him.
Yeah, okay.
Sure. Now, due to how the internet works, all of a sudden there were stories trending literally all over the internet that Aiden Ross took back his deal to Lieutenant Dan. He took away the new boat. He took everything away. However, this was completely fabricated. But the first thing I want to do is actually show you what Lieutenant Dan's reaction was to all of this.
About Aiden Ross telling you he's not getting you a boat no more.
He came to me. I never went to him. He offered it to me. I never asked for it.
Yeah.
So then he turned
yeah,
around
sure.
And he started singing about my history. Well, you should have did that before you made the offer. You know, if you're worried about your image and who you have working for you, you should have done your due diligence and looked me up before you made me an offer of $100,000 sign-on bonus and $50,000 a month with a $100,000 boat. And I'm gonna let you go because I don't care about that. But I'm gonna tell you
He
this,
took the money away too?
Huh?
He took the $100K?
Yeah.
As far as I know,
Right.
everything.
So you're like a trick room. I'm innocent.
I didn't ask you for it. You offered it. I agreed to do what you asked me to do. You asked me to be on.
All right, this guy got actually arrested and charged. And he's like, "Oh, I'm innocent. I'm innocent." And he got arrested like what 7, 12 times or something. There's like a lot of these mugshots. Like if you're a normal human being, you're not gonna get arrested like this many times. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Ugh.
Kick 100 hours a month. I agreed. I said no problem. I'll do it. I'm down for that. We agreed. And then all of a sudden, next thing I see on the internet is how you're disgusted with my history and that deal is done.
Now, here's the thing. It was all made up and completely fake. Aiden Ross even reacted to all of this and called Lieutenant Dan himself. I will show you guys that video in a second. But I just have to say this. A lot of people hate Aiden Ross. I've been very transparent. I'm not the biggest Aiden Ross fan. No disrespect to Aiden. Like,
I don't even know who Aiden Ross is. I'm just kind of like, I don't even want to touch this. Like, I don't want to touch this with like a 10-foot fire stick, you know? Because I have a history of getting dragged into some drama.
I know you're super successful. Keep doing your thing. I just don't watch your stuff. But at the end of the day, like a lot of people don't like Aiden Ross. So it wasn't really difficult to start this lie. And pretty much it caught on like wildfire. Like, oh, Aiden Ross is a grifter. I hate Aiden Ross, etc. But then all of a sudden, we actually have the phone call footage of Aiden talking to Lieutenant Dan saying, no, this is all fake.
Yo.
Dan!
What's up?
You let the internet get a hold of you, man. I never ever said any of that stuff. It's all fake news.
That's all right. Good with me. I'm good with you. That's fine. I didn't care.
I know you didn't care. I saw your reaction, but it broke my heart a little bit because it's so easy to manipulate the internet into thinking of a clip. I pulled up a clip. I pull up a clip, right? I pull up a clip. And I'm like, what? Right after that, I said, I don't care about any of that. I said, we all have a past, for one. For two, you open up to me about your past drug addiction and stuff, bro. I would never do that. I would never, ever take back what I offered you, bro. We had a good conversation. I even texted your boy Tanner at 4:30 in the morning. After the stream ended, I said, let's have a boat. Does he want? Did he pick out his boat?
So, I mean, that's pretty much the story as of right now.
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different mugshots. I'm innocent. 14 different mugshots. Ugh. Look at his face. And why is he calling himself Lieutenant Dan? What was he like in the army or something?
Lieutenant Dan in like 24 hours went from being loved to sort of hated to being loved again. And I think a lot of people now have like mixed opinions. But at the end of the day, it looks like he does have a past. But to Lieutenant Dan's point, he said, I do have one. Why is everybody shocked about this? And he even said, Aiden, you should have done your due diligence. But now you're taking back what you said. But again, that was all fake. Nonetheless, it looks like Lieutenant Dan still does have that kick deal. It looks like he will get a new boat. And I'm sure we're going to get more content out of all of this because it looks like the internet is literally obsessed with this guy because it is rather odd that he said, well, look, God told me to tie my boat down and I will survive Hurricane Milton. And he did. But again, now all of a sudden, he has to survive the backlash of the internet. So Lieutenant Dan, it looks like he lives on for now.
Yeah. So that's another thing. Is like he goes into like, oh, God's I have no problem with different religions. Just throwing it out there. Like I have no problem with whatever you believe, and this is not where it's going. So he said, God tell me that, God tell me this. And now there's a lot of religious people going out there and supporting him and saying like, look, he survived. It's God's word. He survived because God said he'll survive. So they're going and then praising him like he's some kind of saint. Lieutenant Dan. That's the only cloud that he's gonna get out of me. But anywho, let's go back. What else is going on? So there's Fleet Week in San Francisco. Dan. That's so just I can't. I just it really it's glorifying criminals. It's literally glorifying somebody like P. Diddy stuff right now, right? But anyways, it's glorifying this criminality and this just having them make money that could have gone to a really, really good I don't know, like could have gone to good people, to people who need after the hurricane devastation. But that's enough of that one. So WFLA is going live and live aerials. Oh, they're gonna do live aerials. And let's watch that. Yeah, let's watch that because I want to see some live footage of the actual devastation that is happening right now. Lieutenant Dan comes from movie Forrest Gump. Oh, got it. Okay, blown off and Forrest saved him, but he would have rather died than he went on work on Bubba Gump's shrimp boats, legless with Forrest. I remember that. I remember. Thank you, Buggy's Toe Jam. That's funny. That's cute. All right, I want to watch this WFLA that's gonna start. Hello. We kind of started out this live stream a little rough because I had some connection issues and plus I couldn't get the sound working like as always, as always. But we are back now. And the first, don't go back and rewatch it, don't, unless you want to just see me scrambling over there. And so we had. I'm gonna come back and clip that portion out, so we can have fun with the rest. All right, so check this out. WFLA News Channel 8, which is from Florida. And they are going live aerials, Hurricane Milton flooding damage, outages, gas shortages. I actually want to watch that. And so we're going to stick around here for a little bit longer. I want to see some of the damages that they have been done. Aerial cams will be cool. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm going to stick around here. I was going to end at like 1:30 mark or so, but since I seen these guys are coming on, we're going to stick around. We're just waiting on them for now, or I'll show you. Yeah, see, just waiting. You guys want to let me know, do you guys want to see this chat or not? Like this side chat, see what other people are saying, or I should just put it on a full screen? Let me know if you guys want to see the side chat while we're watching this. It could be funny to see who saying some stuff. Let's see. What's that? Aerial footage. I get it. It's plane, camera. It's up to you. Full screen. All right. Full screen. Full screen it is. Yeah, let's see. Wait. Okay. No. Hold on a second. Now we need a vote. Now we need a poll. Let's create a poll. Side chat or full screen? Let's see. Where's my live stream? Poll. We need a poll. Poll. Yeah, I'm on the roll today. You know, I'm just kind of like in a row. Okay, poll. We need a poll. How do I create this poll? There you go. Participants, nope. Popular. How do I create a poll? Nope. Top chat. Nope. 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 Here, not that. Engage with the audience. All right, there you go. Start a poll. Start a poll. So, side chat or not? Yeah, there you go. Start poll. Go ahead, vote. Go vote. Started a poll. All right, let's see. Oh, my toesies are numb. It's because I have this table, like chair, like this little tiny stool underneath my table. So, because I'm short, you know, if I put my feet down, I'm just gonna be like, you know, it's gonna. So that's why I have to have a little stool underneath. Okay, LOL, tie break. Let's see chats too. Yes, side chat 67. All right, side chat it is. Oh, let me close this. No, not right now. Don't do this to me right now. Let me close all the tabs so we can concentrate on this. Yeah, all of the. And let me know how to sound if you guys needed like thumbs up, the sound up, right? I mean, like if I should turn it up or down. Yeah, let's see. Stand by for stream. Sound. Let me see. Turn the sound up a little bit. Nope, that's mute. I don't know if I can turn the sound up a little bit more. All right, sounds good. Perfect. I'm so getting striked for this music. Let's pause that music for now, because just in case, you know, it's copyrighted. We'll have this segment cut out. Copyright strike. You lost your channel. All right, so let's see. What are they saying in the chat? JB was talking about the rumors of another storm last stream. The only model that's showing any possible danger is the one that looks at possibilities so far out there, not the way they can actually say. Cool. I hear there's one after. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to keep the side chat open, because like that way we can be, you know, kind of get into there. Oh wait, are she talking?
Let me take.
See, technical difficulties happen everywhere. Actually, I'm gonna pop out chat maybe, because I kind of want to see in better aerial footage. She's not talking.
He went to Fort Myers, but his house when he got back here was completely wrecked. He showed us the yard across the street from him. This is his sink here beside us. And just further down, this is his mat from his front door. And even further from there, this is his AC unit in front of his neighbor's house. Now, he says this is heartbreaking, and he doesn't even know where to begin to rebuild.
Actually, I'm gonna do full screen. I'll pop out the chat. Yeah, I'm gonna pop out the chat so I can read the chat on the side. But we're gonna do full screen because I want to see the drone footage up close.
Tell us about the 7 terminals that now have power. What is the next step?
I'll do.
Thanks, Brittany.
Let me
Port
do a
Tampa
new
Bay is a
intro
major
here in
energy
case,
fuel
and then I'll
gateway
do-
for the state of Florida. We have 7 terminals within our port community that operate privately. All 7 now have power, and about half of those will be operational by tonight, meaning they will get the fuel supply that's stored here at the port out into the community who desperately needs it.
And we've heard from the governor, we've heard from Mayor Jane Castor. This has never been a supply issue. Is that right?
That's absolutely right. We prepared for this, especially after Helene, knowing our community would be heavily impacted. All of our private terminal operators have adequate fuel supply. We were just waiting for power to get back on and those safety checks to be completed so that it can now get into the region.
Lisa, the mayor not only told us that it was a floodwater issue, but also a power issue. Can you give us a status about those floodwaters?
Floodwaters are no longer a concern for our fuel terminal operators. We have been able to make sure not only their operations centers are secure, but also the berths are secure. Our shipping channels are not quite open, but as of tomorrow, we expect that they will be. And the first ships to come in will be fuel vessels to get even more supply in. Flooding is not a problem with this storm. We have had the floodwaters receded, and now that we have power, we will be able to get that fuel out. We know our neighbors critically need it.
Lisa, thank you. And just to reiterate, they have no control where that fuel will go once it's offloaded. So what is your message to drivers right now that are desperately frantic waiting for gas at this hour?
It's not comfortable to deal with an unknown, and we understand that. What I would say to reassure them is that we have adequate fuel supply for days, if not weeks, available. We are working through the process, especially given 2 major hurricanes that hit our area in the last couple weeks. We are going to do everything we can to make sure our fuel partners are able to get that gas out into the streets.
Lisa, thank you so much for joining us live here on News Channel 8. Okay, so again, just be patient. The mayor, the governor, they're all saying conserve gas wherever you can. But the good news is we see loaded, fueled up gas tankers leaving the port. So it's on its way. Just be patient at this hour. For now, reporting live in Tampa, Brittany Muller, 8 on your side.
Here, stand by. All right, we're gonna stand by again. Stand by. Oops. Let's mute this. All right, they're getting ready. Oh, cool. Is that music in there?
Aftermath of
Nope,
Hurricane
there it is.
Milton, which left behind historic flooding, widespread damage, and now we are dealing with gas shortages, food shortages as well in the Tampa Bay region. We're live to break it down on Track in the Tropics. Hello there to you folks. JB here with you, and now we get into Eagle 8 HD's portion of our live streaming coverage as we showcase and show everyone watching really here and around the country, around the world, what Milton left behind after the major Category 4 hurricane, of course, swept into Florida waters and then made landfall as a major hurricane in Florida and leaving behind a lot of damage and flooding behind. So let me explain something really important, because Eagle is moving from its initial location.
The eagle
to a
is
new
moving. The
location.
eagle
We have
is
been
moving.
told of a potential story, potential
I feel like
development
it's a
that is happening right now
some
in
secret
Zephyr
little
Hills.
things.
They are
The eagle
unconfirmed
is
reports, so
moving
I don't want to pass
from one
along
location to a location.
exactly what we have going on, but we have a report of something developing in Zephyr Hills, and we are sending Eagle in that direction to investigate. It could be something significantly noteworthy, but
Nice.
don't want to pass anything along here on stream until we can actually visually confirm it.
Eagle.
But up in
I don't know.
Pasco
I guess
County,
I
up
guess
in
this is
Hernando
where they
County,
call
we
their
have
drone.
had an urgent situation unfolding over the last
Like,
several
that's what I'm
hours,
thinking,
and
is
that
like it's
is
the drone
all
named
that
the eagle.
floodwater causing
But isn't it like the
an overflow
presidential
of our lakes and rivers,
presidential thing
and
too? Or like where
additional evacuations taking place even today, even in the aftermath of
some
Milton,
Secret Service
as a
stuff?
result
The
of
eagle is moving.
rising
Or eagle's on the
floodwaters
move.
in areas that are low-lying and flood-prone. Look, Florida has a lot of different waterways, from lakes to
Lots
to
of
rivers,
crocodiles.
to creeks, to
The
ponds,
crocodiles on the
and
trees.
they can of course swell in the aftermath of a tropical storm or hurricane and cause significant damage if you do not get out in time. If you do not get out in
Right?
time,
I
it can
thought that
also
as
be
well.
loss of life, both for you, your family, for pets. It's of course something that we talk about a lot on Track of the Tropics, because in the aftermath of a storm, that's when we have the most fatalities. And this is exactly what we're
Very
talking
true.
about here on
Very,
stream. So let's
very
go full
true.
screen here and show you Eagle 8 HD. What I'm going to do is bring in flight radar. And flight radar is going to help us follow Eagle's path, especially now that we are deviating from the initial plan. So Eagle is heading towards Zephyr Hills, currently over northwest the Nonasassa, and we'll be monitoring the progress here live. You'll be able to see some flooded areas below. This is an area that saw historic rainfall totals, what's been described as a 1 in 1,000 year event.
Oh my God, why
And
am
so
I'm
see it here.
having
And you're
Gabby
looking at a lot of it
Petito
here on your
search
screen.
for Brian Laundry
But in the
vibes going
meantime,
on in here.
really, a lot of this area is going to be
Whenever they were
state
searching
park
for Brian
land,
Laundry in the swamps area,
unincorporated
and it was in
land,
Florida.
and we're gonna try,
That's
of
the
course,
vibes that I'm getting right now.
to
I
get
think
to Zephyr Hills as quickly as
I
possible
think
for the
the
developing
WFLA
story
is the one that
that
covered
again,
that
that
search
is the
too.
reason that we're sending
I don't know
Eagle
if you guys remember
northeast of
Gabby
Tampa,
Petito and Brian Laundry case.
east of Wesley Chapel,
All right, so it
south of
looks
Dade
like
City.
I don't
But
know if it's
this,
flooding or not.
even if the development
Like
that we have heard about, the unconfirmed report in Zephyr Hills, is not
is it a
something
flood or is it
worth
normal?
sharing. That entire region is flooded. I mean, we're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
see
Okay, so I guess
flooded
it's
areas
flooded
really from this
region.
point on
That's
in the live
nuts.
stream. You're gonna see it in this swath of area between Tampa, even though it's largely uninhabited. You're gonna see it from Tampa all the way through to Zephyr Hills.
Straight flooded, yeah. Hey, this is a flood stream, so we actually ended up being in the right part.
One of the biggest storylines that has occurred are the gas shortages.
Oh yeah.
We have had producers driving around, reporters, producers, in their vehicles around the Tampa Bay area,
You should
and
have-
noting that there are some lines for gas miles long.
Jeez.
I
Are they
mean,
driving
I
around
can
in
just share
electric
some firsthand
vehicles?
experience as we wait for Eagle to get to Zephyr Hills.
Or do they have spare fuel?
In the days beforehand, I mean, the moment the first forecast cone dropped and showed Tampa really right in the middle of the forecast cone for what would later be Hurricane Milton, Publix, grocery stores around Florida were inundated with customers.
It's
But
okay.
more so than
Sometimes
people
we
buying
can't
groceries,
say out the
were
words
people
like
stocking up on
woman's.
gas. So I was at the gas station over the weekend, this past weekend, as the storm was forming into a hurricane. And the line was approximately 15, 20 minutes long to get gas. I wanted to, of course, fill up my vehicle, make sure that I had a full tank of gas so that I could safely get home
Look at all of this.
and to work.
Look
And
Look at all this.
the person
Oh wait,
in front of
are
me
these are flooded or
filled
just
up their
Lakeview
car,
properties?
and I was like, okay, I'm next up. All right, I'm gonna go. And no,
They look
they
like
had
Lakeview
a couple of
properties.
gas canisters as well to fill up. So I saw the person drive away with not just a full tank of gas, but multiple gas canisters filled to the brim. And
But they're yeah.
that is
That
in all
happens.
likelihood
Okay,
a big
so
reason
let
why
me
as to
hold on, let me
buying as much gas as
let me mute him. He's talking about so no, this is actually a really good comment because I see it firsthand and like during the disasters, and it's not just gas price gouging, it's like regular necessities, like water, getting raised, bread, milk, all of this stuff. They just gouge up the prices and then try to make as much money during the disasters as they can, because this is the things that people need. And we got to see this during COVID response as well. Like you guys remember the toilet paper shortage and how expensive the toilet paper became? But anyways, you're absolutely right on this one. Absolutely right. But this is nuts. This look at these flooded areas. That's crazy. Oh my god. It's all gonna be standing water for a while. I wonder what's the weather is like for next, or let's see. What's the weather is like in Florida for next week forecast? Here, I'll put him on while I'm looking up the weather forecast.
So more rural sections of the state might take a little bit longer to get back up and running. But entire neighborhoods, it might be. I mean, look at these flooded streets.
Tampa is Tampa, right? Tampa,
The
Florida.
storm's been gone for some time, but we're now approaching an area, and let's go.
Right,
Once again, let's go
weather
full screen here.
forecast.
And you can see some of the flooded communities that we're talking about. I mean, these are.
Oh my God! Look at it. Oh, that's so terrible. Wow.
Streets that you're looking at, backyards, front yards that you're looking at.
That is terrible. See, $100,000 could have gone to these people right here.
And of course, what you're looking at here are in large part manufactured homes.
That's nuts.
And
yeah, all of these
these
homes are
were-
done. That's it. It's going to be molds. All of the
This was,
property is gone.
A main focus for evacuation orders. Folks in mobile homes and manufactured homes that were told to vacate the area because of what was going to be historic flooding. Otherwise, you are, of course, in an area that could force you to be trapped.
Oh, that is so sad. Look at all this. Or is that a fire? Or somebody's trying to keep warm?
Is that smoke? Trying to see what eagle spotted.
What did the eagle spot? The eagle. What did the eagle spot? Go.
So this
Go
is
back.
Go
Go
live
back.
aerials from Eagle 8 HD, our news helicopter. And again, we have an
Oh.
unconfirmed report.
Oh, it's the news
out of
helicopter. It's
Zephyr
not a
Hills that we
drone.
are headed to
It's the helicopter.
to investigate.
Come back to the smoke. I want to see what's going on over there.
We are sending Eagle, off course, not off course. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
we
send
had
an
a plan
Eagle,
to
of
focus
course.
mostly in Tampa, and then hit some of our other communities in the aftermath of that. We are pivoting from that plan and moving Eagle to Zephyr Hills again because of an unconfirmed report, and we are headed there to investigate.
All right, so hold on a second. I'm gonna mute him while we're watching this. I pulled up the weather forecast for next week. It's gonna be like in 86, 81, 84, like so basically upper 80s. And let's see, some small gust of wind, sunny. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is gonna be sunny. The humidity, oh my God. It's going to be 82% humidity. You know what happens with that standing water? That's a mosquito breeding ground. And then that water is so nasty. It comes out with comes out from sewage. There's dead animals in it. There's all of this like nasty debris out of other people's houses and everything else, out of people's toilets. And on Monday it's going to be 82%. So I can guarantee you this water is not going to be gone by Monday. And 82% humidity. Tuesday is 75% humidity. That's humid. That's gonna be all of that water is just gonna. That's terrible. See, this is the devastation that they always talk about. It's not specifically during a disaster. You have a lot more devastation happening afterwards, like after. Speaking of sunny. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's crazy. So the devastation happens afterwards, right? Where with the standing water, there's gonna be you can get, like, if you get into this water, you can get like osteoporosis, you can get all kinds of different like lesions on your legs, and because it's so much bacteria is going to be growing in this water, and it'll be disgusting. That's why you don't ever, like, when there's a flood, you do not ever want to get into that water. Like, as much as you can, do not get into the water. because, well, another things like you don't want to get into the water. There could be debris, that washed up debris that you don't even know, or like some a piece of shards of glass, or anything else that's underneath. Crocodiles. Wait, Florida's got crocodiles too, right? So it could be. Let's see. What is the red thing around the house? I'm thinking it's the flood. Oh, I think that's a pump. I think that's a hose pump. Let's see if he's saying anything. Is he saying anything? He's not saying anything. There's no sound. Yeah, that's.
Again, you're watching here live from Eagle 8 HD.
No, that's not hose pump. I think that was the prevention, like trying not to get the water around the
Over
house.
Zephyr Hills.
Yeah, I think that's the the barriers, like kind of like sandbag barriers, but obviously that didn't work. Like around the house, so the water doesn't rush in if the water level doesn't rise up. So I think that's what it is. But they do have the city came out and said that they do have pumps are working 24/7 to get the standing water out as fast as they can, because
This is Zephyr Hills West.
the recovery operations for this kind of disasters is
Tons
going
of
to be
subdivisions
months
here,
and months and
communities
months,
that
maybe
are
even years.
surrounded by water. The rainfall totals here described as a once in a 1,000 year event.
Wow. Once in 1,000 year. That's, yeah, it's the recovery. I can just already see the different recovery operations that will be happening during like post
Normally with
hurricane.
news helicopters, what we do, we fly over the area, capture the footage, and then of course we cut.
So another thing is, like, speaking of recovery operations, so when this hurricane hits, right, it was everybody, because it's intense, it's right there, it's intense, it's like, oh no, we're gonna get everything done, we need to shelter in place or go evacuate, and it's everybody's adrenaline is pumping. And after that, everybody's adrenaline is pumping as well, because like they're seeing all this devastation. But I can guarantee you, like in a couple of weeks, people are gonna forget about it. It's probably not even gonna be in the news, but devastation is still there. And that's like, and this is the second hurricane that they have hit this year, or third, right? Yeah, I can just see the recovery operations for this. It's gonna take long time, because the sheltering, people still have to provide sheltering, or the county and cities still have to provide some sheltering for those people. And why is there no sound?
Simone
Oh, there it
says
is.
she's watching from New Tampa and that she just got back power. Lion says watching from West Palm Beach.
All right, this area got spared.
Mr. South Beach is watching from Ruskin. Kathy's watching from all the way in Idaho. Carrie in Finland. Sharon from Canada. So again, a national and international story, as we do have a crisis on our hands in the Tampa Bay area with all of this storm surge, flooding, the storm surge at the coast, the historic flooding here. I mean, this appears to be just an entire parking lot underwater in the Zephyr Hills area. So Eagle right now is
that's the
investigating
store, right?
and searching for an unconfirmed report that we received into the newsroom.
Oh, I saw at the news earlier that they have Walmart trucks with like food supplies and any kinds of supplies that people might need. So Walmart's been sending out a lot of help to this. It's a good advertisement for them too. Actually,
yeah, developing situation that we're
grocery stores, especially large chain stores, should do that. And I know for a fact that, for example, like Walmart have this program established as well. where the money comes in, either state money or FEMA will dispatch some money, and they'll utilize that as a logistical for their supplies.
Uzi on YouTube Live says, my family in St. Pete Pinellas does not have any power.
So what is that smoke?
There you see some smoke.
Yeah,
That's
what is
unrelated
that?
to what we are looking for.
Unrelated? People burning evidence?
Let's go to Facebook Live. Betsy's watching from town and country, no power. Joey in Brooksville, no power.
That's nuts. All right, so this area. And this area is pretty flooded as well. Look at these houses. Like, it's... And that's
With
not...
storm surge will eventually retreat into the Gulf of Mexico. Or into the bay, or really the body of water where the surge originated. With flash flooding like this, and to this extent, it's way more problematic. You really have to wait for these waters to go down and dissipate. There's very little that you can do. You can't do much with storm surge either, but at least the storm surge phenomenon occurs quickly and then retreats quickly. With flooding at this level, it could take a considerable amount of time for those waters to recede and for access to these neighborhoods and these homes to be restored.
Yeah.
All right. There's what people want to see. Power crews. And let's just let's give an opportunity for our commenters on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Let's shout out.
All right, they're gonna shut outs and stuff. So wow, look at this. That's nuts. Look at this road. It's covered. And another thing is, like, so a lot of low income communities get hit the hardest with this. So there are I'm not sure about Tampa. I don't know their policy. I don't know their emergency response or management policies. But I know quite a few towns, if, for example, if there's low income community and there's like this let's say high end hotels and everything on one side, and let's just say dam breaks or this kind of flooding happens, floods low income community and basically floods the both sides. And some of the policies they will rebuild the people with income and all these hotels and everything else first, and then they will go in to rebuild low income communities. And some people agree with this, some people disagree with this. I'm kind of like in the middle with this, because it all depends on situation. It all depends on like what situation is occurring. So if the hotels, or if they're all of the businesses on this one side, they're getting rebuilt first, which going to generate money for the city itself, right, to actually rebuild the other like low income community that got flooded. So I know some cities have that, some cities don't. So I'm kind of split in between, but a lot of people agree with the higher income community gets rebuilt versus low income. And the reason I'm in between with this, because like I said, it all depends on situation. It all depends like the situation based, and where the location based, and how many, like what the devastation of it as well. So this is my little 2 cents. It's from emergency management standpoint.
Off of a power line than it is to get to a power line that is damaged in a submerged location or behind a submerged location. So stepping away from the mic, be back in 60 seconds.
That's crazy. that's cool. Okay, I just got invited to a vendor. There's a vendor spot available to sell some pumpkins, some fall stuff. So we're actually gonna do some business on the side. So that's pretty neat. But that's besides the point. This is nuts. So the mudslides are happening. Sinkholes will be happening. Oh, thanks, TF. Yeah, it's pretty neat because they just had a couple of vendor spots open up, so they reached out to me, and this crafty place is gonna. I might stream from there too. Just kind of do like a little side stream, but I'm not sure if a lot of people like to be seen on the camera like that. But I'll set up a sign. You live on, on this thing. Yeah, so we'll set out some of our fall stuff and a little fall collection. Halloween's coming. Oh my god.
Back here in the stream center.
The recovery operations for
confirming Eagle's plans. Eagle, we will be spending a couple of other, maybe I would say, I don't know, a few more minutes.
You are live on Xana TV.
Here in Zephyr Hills, and then heading back southwest into Hillsborough County, into Tampa. And showing not just flooding, not just damage, but you're going to see in Tampa just how long the lines are for gas.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Essentials.
You guys keep watching this. I'll be right back. I got a putty break.
Of a hero. Line crews out there working long and hard to get these lines back and fully operational. To our commenters, seeing some confusion about this location. Zephyr Hills is located northeast of Tampa. It is eastern Pasco County, for those unaware, with Zephyr Hills. So really on the east side of Pasco County, you have Zephyr Hills. Central Pasco County is Land O'Lakes, Wesley Chapel. And then you go all the way to the coast, and you have places like Newport Richey, Port Richey, and other Pasco communities right there on the coast.
I need to get one of those cozy butt cushions. Sitting on a pillow. She's back. If that's the warning, I'm back.
So it would appear that the unconfirmed report, what we were originally heading in this direction for, turned out to be something either that we could not see from the air. It was an event that was over, or it turned out to be
love the name,
an inaccurate report, and that's why, of course, we don't share.
We're watching WFLA from Florida, and this is aerial footage they're showing from the Eagle.
8 HD will get back to Tampa.
The Eagle is flying. It's one of their helicopters. So we're just kind of seeing like the floods that are happening. That's devastating. That's like, imagine, well, I can't even imagine this, but like sitting in a hotel room or sitting somewhere else because you had to evacuate, and then you watching this and you're like, oh, there goes my home. Bye. Everything that I have, my whole life is right there. Not sure. Is your name come from Idiocracy? Not sure.
I now can confirm.
Welcome.
Eagles on the way
Not
back
sure.
to Tampa, back to Hillsborough County.
Confirm it's your name. Not sure.
To showcase some of the other areas that have been impacted by Milton back in 60.
Yes. I guessed it right. All right, so they're just flying around, flying. Yeah, so of course. So I think they're going to another location, right? Because they showed this like one location to us, and I think they're heading out to another. And so let's just do. Once they come back with another location, we can talk about this. Like this is. Wait, are they stuck? They're not flying anymore. Did they like park? Look at this. They're like helicopter parked. Or they probably just shut off the image so that way they don't have to show the rest of the stuff like while they're flying to the other area. So once they come back, we'll just be like these chit-chatting away. Yeah, so we don't rewatch this. Not yet. Let me fix. I'm going to have to delete portion of the stream. I'm heading out soon. I have a live later, and I have a nap happening. Oh, go check out TF. TF. If you drop your channel in there, so that way people can check out your drawings. He's doing lives, and hey, I'll pop into the chat as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely want to see the other area that they're heading out. So let's say like back in 60. So I'll say like about a minute, right? Well, we've been live for 2 hours. Yeah. At the very beginning, it was a bit of a hiccup over there with with the sound and my there you go. Perfect. Of course. Sub 2TF is one of my mods.
A bit of signal
and a friend.
We get
See, I knew it.
Eagle back up and connected momentarily. Stand by.
See, I knew it. They have technical difficulties too. See, it happens. It happens. So we did. I know, like, if you just joining in right now, we did some little rant earlier about the stuff that's happening on TikTok, especially with Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Oh my God, it's a friendly mod. No, I'm kidding. No, you're a good person. Let's see. So we talked about Lieutenant Dan and the scam that they're trying to pull off, and I went on a little rant. I might just clip that away and post it as a short. We'll see. Because I think I'm gonna try to clip this video. And I want to provide a little bit more videos like this where we can actually watch live footage of different stuff and uncover some more of devastations, because we can cover chemical spills, we can cover floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, because I think this is the direction that I want to head on portion of this channel, because I want to be able to utilize my actual background and be able to explain on what's happening on the ground and gather some information for all of you guys. Just so that way, and if anybody has any questions about it, I'm more than happy to answer. So my background, so I was an emergency manager. I used to work for NASA, and I quit. I retired. From the U.S. military as a WMD analyst last year. And I quit NASA in December to actually do
Eagle
a full...
AHD has landed for fuel. We're going to get you to coverage on WFLA News Channel 8 momentarily as we wait for Eagle 8HD to get back up and running. Stand by.
Well, thank you. Thank you for that update. So in December I left NASA so I can try out this partial retirement thing, because I haven't actually got to experience during COVID, everybody was staying home and everything, but I, as emergency manager, obviously we had to go into work every single day. Adios, hasta la vista, baby. And so I just wanted to get like that full experience and just kind of gather my thoughts together and deal with some mental health, just relaxing. And I think now we actually kind of I'm getting back on track, and I think this channel is gonna head towards natural disasters a lot more, and we're still gonna have fun. Hasman's still gonna be here. Well, he's not here, and we're still gonna do our little beach walks and everything else, but on a main one of the main focuses is going to be on concentrating on natural disasters and prepare kids and all that other stuff that I can actually provide as a professional. Because, well, another thing is I've been publishing articles on LinkedIn. Like, I've been actually pretty active on LinkedIn, and there's quite a few. It's open source. You're feel free to go on LinkedIn and actually looked in over there, but I'm on there. I'm not as Xana. I'm there as Anastasia and Anastasia Mainich. So, and I'm opening my own small business. Let's see. Let's do this really fast. So yeah, I'm opening my own small consulting firm. So it's mainichconsulting.com. So we're gonna do a lot more geared towards the natural disasters and preparedness and recovery of how to recover from the natural disasters from that. So yeah, that's the directions where this channel is going to, because I need to start being a little bit more professional, and then get out there with like a little bit of humor, and so that way right now another thing is I went back to school. I'm getting my second master's degree, and this master's degree is in emergency management, and next year I got accepted into doctorate's program. So it's going to be Dr. Mainich or Dr. Anna or Dr. Xana. Yeah, so I'll be once I go to my postgraduate studies and then get my candidacy. So I'll be candidate for PhD next year. Next year. Yeah, it's not medical doctor, it's PhD. So that's the plan. That's the plan for next year. Yeah. Anna's back. Xana's back. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask. I don't care about anything else that happened in the past. Past is the past. But actually, you know what? I wanted to listen into this.
By the end of the day today, and then get the other 3 up and running as well. But that is the issue with gasoline right now. We have plenty out at the port. It's getting it from the port to the gas stations because of the flooding around those storage tanks at the port.
So officials at the port are right now filling up the tanker trucks to transport the gasoline to stations across the area.
We'll be right back after this.
Year after year, storm after storm.
And
All
they're
right,
back.
folks, back here in the Stream Center, Eagle 8 HD is getting back up in the air. Let's take you there and show you.
Oh my God! Look
in
at
the
all these
flooded
damaged
areas. Let me
cars.
shout out some locations here, because now that
There's a
Eagle is
boat. At least there's a boat.
picking up the speed. Oh my goodness, look at all those cars
Yeah. Insurance payout is nuts.
surrounded by floodwater.
And another thing is
They have a
insurance
location
companies have been
here. I
pulling
wonder where
out.
this is.
So insurance companies has been, especially like flood insurance companies, have been pulling out of Florida for years now, and because they have a lot of flooding like this, and because they have hurricanes, right? And the same thing's happening in California as well. The insurance companies, fire insurance companies, are pulling out of California as well because it's becoming too expensive. Yes, every year there's a record-breaking fire in state of California, or every year there's a record-breaking. It's a record-breaking. No, record-breaking floods and tornadoes and hurricanes. It's crazy. Crazy, people. Crazy. All right, let's listen in.
That's probably
That's
because
crazy.
the waters have
All of
receded a
these
bit,
cars is
come
nuts.
down a bit, but
And
imagine what this might have been like.
Oh my God. Well, actually, you know
I
what?
mean,
Some
12 to
cars
24
might
hours
not
ago.
even be damaged. It looks like it's not. Maybe it's just the water is already receded.
There's a boat in the water there too.
I would not be swimming in that water at all. That's poop water. Don't go into the poop water. Stay out of the poop water, people.
Yep, Eagle
All the
is
sewage plants and
what I see here on
probably got flooded too. I'm curious,
on
like, if
flight
there's any
radar is that the
chemical
location that Eagle is
chemical
circling here with all these vehicles
facilities
is
got
the Zephyr
damaged
Hills
as well.
Correctional Institution
A critical infrastructure type.
and vehicles that are parked near there.
Oh, somebody's driving. I bet you can drive that bus. Those buses are fine. There goes the roof. Yeah, the recovery operations for this area is going to be nuts. They did mention that they have some pumps already in some of the areas to, pump out the water to get it lower. So another thing, I did mention it earlier, that next week is going to be very humid, very humid. So all of that water, all the poop water in the air.
Perhaps some of those vehicles might have been on the fringe of the floodwaters and perhaps suffering little to no damage, but it looks like many of those vehicles are going to be a complete and total loss. Let's confirm Eagle's heading. They are moving in a south by southwest direction along 301. This is now Hillsborough River State Park, and they are coming up onto Nonasassa.
I have Gabby Petito and Brian Lundry. Search for Brian Lundry vibes right now. I think they actually used the Eagle because this was WFLA. It's like either this one or some other helicopter to look at the areas. What is it like? Oh my god, that was a terrible story.
Again,
really sad
for
story.
our audience joining us here, we are heading back to Tampa. We deviated from the original plan and went to Zephyr Hills first to check out Zephyr Hills, some of the flooding there. So here's the thing. Let's get back to there's Eagle 8 HD. When we get back to Tampa, what you're going to see on the roadways is significant. Not only are you going to see, I would imagine, a lot of this, a lot of partially flooded roadways that cars are plowing through. What you're also going to see in Tampa is extremely long lines for gas, for groceries, for any type of food. I mean, getting a hamburger from McDonald's right now is a luxury for a lot of folks because they lost power, and you're probably at the very best, snacking on non-perishables, and after a while, pretzels, almonds, and
snacking on pretzels,
canned goods that you open up and scarf down. That's going to get old real fast. People are going to want
some hot food,
a meal from a local establishment.
Some hot food.
And I was driving around last night, and I saw one McDonald's with power, and the line had to have been 70 cars long at least. It was wild.
It's crazy.
And then when I passed the McDonald's itself, there had to have been another 50 to 60 people standing outside, talking, snacking, and right now gas and food are essentials that people are so desperately trying to get. And we're going to see that in a little bit here as Eagle moves in a southwest direction back to Tampa. Actually, no. Eagle just moved. Hold on. Let's go full screen. Eagle just moved back northeast. So that means that Jim Farquhar in Eagle 8 HD spotted something, or we radioed to him to go look at something, Some downed trees in there in that flooded area as well.
I'm answering this email that we got invited to for like the business. They have a free spot available, the vendor spot. So we're gonna try to go and
I see
the
some
business.
folks in our comment section, especially on Facebook, telling us to go check out these areas. This is helpful. If you think that there is an area that we really ought to see from the sky, because we have news crews all over the place, and we can send them to various locations. But if there's a spot that you think that Eagle should be flying over, please put hashtag KJB in the comment section. I'll see it in the stream center, and then I will pass it along to our teams here.
That sounds fun. So there's this vendor's Hot Rods for Paws, fun family-friendly car show. It's fundraising event to help furry friend pet relief continue their work in the community. Oh, it helps families in need with their pets. They offer free, low-cost spay, neutering, vaccines, preventive medical care, and free food. That is
Let's give an updated location for Eagle.
Hi, Paka.
Coming up right now on Thenona Sasa.
So let's see. Oh yeah, Paka, Paka, say hi. Say hi. Oh, I got you. This is Pocket Puppy. Pocket Puppy, because when she was tiny, like when she was small, she was like really tiny, so she fit in the pocket. So we just call her Pocket Puppy. All right, go ahead. Hair. So where is so these cars?
Reports for Wesley Chapel.
These cars don't look. Is it flood or is it just parking lot?
I see reports for West Tampa. Our team is making note of all these folks, so you absolutely can send them along. And now that Eagle is back in the area, we can.
The Eagle
some of these areas
is back in the area
and make a flight path that will hit some of these sections of the Tampa Bay region. And you might be wondering, okay, so Eagle is back in the area. The reason I say back is because WFLA moved Eagle to Georgia for safety reasons, so that Eagle would not get damaged in the storm.
Which makes sense.
And that's so that it could be used for exactly this purpose. Wow. Let's get to this comment.
Look at these houses. See, I don't feel bad for their houses get flooded. They have insurance.
Getting to Zachary on YouTube.
These houses are huge. It is Florida, though. How much are those houses? Like $1 million each?
Costco in Brandon has a 4-hour line for gas. It's unreal.
That's 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, we're hearing a lot about this, and relief is on the way. Tankers are going to be making their way through the area. I'm sure that when those tankers pass, there's going to be a lot of honking on the roadways. There's going to be celebrations in the streets.
They're huge.
For the gas tankers as they move into these gas stations to provide a mass amount of gas, but also too, you know what's interesting? And I can't help but wonder this. If there are people on the roadways searching for gas, and if you see a tanker, are people going to follow the tanker to the spot so that they
Probably.
know where to get gas?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
I mean, gas is so scarce right now that that's actually
But
might actually happen.
But do
People
they
are
know if it's an
looking for
empty
gas all
tanker
around the
or
area,
not
so if
an
they
empty
see a tanker, I mean, they might, okay, there's a tanker. It's heading to its destination. Let's go. Let's follow it. Let's get some gas.
So
Curious to see if
these
that
look
occurs.
like
But that's what I mean, if you want to know the level of demand right now that exists out there, that's what we're talking about.
these look like a barriers, like a flood
So
barriers
we've been
that
doing
somebody put
interviews. We have
around.
resources on WFLA.com all about the gas tankers that are going to be coming. The port of Tampa Bay is close to getting fully operational once again, and gas is going to be distributed throughout the area in the coming hours, folks. So Teresa in our comment section saying, JB, can folks return home?
Whoa.
My advice to people.
Whoa.
I mean, look, everyone's situation is going to be different. My advice is this.
Are they crocodiles?
If you're in a place that you can stay for an extended period of time, check this out, by the way. Cruise ship video. There's some
What? There's a cruise ship
wild
video
waves out there. It's
Oh, I did
a
not.
lot on
I did not
Channel
even know
8.
there's a
They're
cruise ship
talking about it.
video.
My goodness, yeah.
I want to see that.
Because there was a wave that crashed up, and Keith and Jen are like, my goodness.
Wait, that was it? Now,
Yeah.
let's do
Look, if
some
you're
cruise
in a
ship
spot
video.
where you can stay for longer,
Cruise
you
ship
should probably
video.
stay. You should really strongly consider it. And I only say that because what are you coming back to? You might be
I want to
coming
see
back
that.
to a neighborhood without power, a neighborhood
ship
without
video.
gas, a neighborhood without food supply.
Oh, what's going on? What
Food
happened?
supplies. And so it's going to be situation dependent. It's going to be based on everyone's individual needs. But I know that there's
All right, I found
tremendous
it.
anxiety out there, and people.
Okay, so let's stop this guy. I think we've seen enough of flooding in here. Let's see. Share screen. I want to see this cruise ship video. So I've seen a couple. All right. Stop these guys. Share these. Okay, so I think I'm too close for comfort. Hurricane Milton's wind and waves on a cruise ship. Whoa. Oh, that's too loud. Cruise ship passengers experience. I would not want to be in a cruise ship during a hurricane like this. No, especially on a deck. Come on, people. Well, I know there's like it looks like glass right there on a deck, but yeah, it's the winds. It's the winds. Why are you on a deck? Why are you looking out? Go inside. Whoa, look at these waves. That's nuts. That's insane. Yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's see what this news clip is saying.
One Nebraska family found their fun family getaway rocked by Hurricane Milton.
Right now, they're on a cruise ship that's feeling the force of the Category 4 storm.
KETV News Watch 7's Mary Regley sat down with them to talk about their experience. Mary?
The group from Lincoln booked a cruise on Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas last December as a Christmas gift. Now the family says this is one trip they won't forget anytime soon. Leaving from Galveston, Texas for the coast of Mexico this past Sunday, they were aware of the potential impacts of the hurricane on their cruise. Their departure was delayed, but initially they weren't too worried about the outcome of the trip.
Overnight, things have just gotten a little bit more rocky and a little bit more rocky until we hit today.
Now the wind and waves are more intense than they had ever imagined.
I still feel perfectly safe, but to say there is zero anxiety would be a pretty bold statement.
2 of the 3 planned portings have been canceled due to the storm, and travelers are still waiting to hear the verdict on the 3rd.
I have no doubt we'll get our full 6 days worth, but it could just be doing little circles in the Gulf of Mexico and then heading back.
Despite the looming anxiety, the group says they've maintained good humor because that's all they can do.
The surfing jokes and the storm jokes and some probably poor taste Titanic jokes. You know, they all fly, but everyone's been really great about it.
They say they've been making the most of their unlimited food and drink pass, but they may not plan on another cruise for a long time.
It may not be the trip that we have planned for, but it is definitely going to be one that we remember forever. I don't think many of us will cruise again.
We've reached out to the Royal Caribbean representative about their storm policies. They say multiple ships are being rerouted, but they can't give us a statement about this particular ship.
Yeah. Why cannot they give a statement for this particular ship? Why not? Why not? Some people. Okay, so let's see. 2.5 hours. I've been here for 2.5 hours. Look at that. Hey Pigeon Mac. It's good to see you. Okay, so I was talking earlier. Hi. Yay. Stopping by between classes. Yeah, I was talking earlier that we're gonna do a lot more lives like these where like if and it's gonna be more spontaneous to see what's going on. It's gonna be more of like a disaster driven, so we'll cover some hazmat disasters, we'll cover natural disasters, man-made, and like whatever's happening out there in the world, and we'll just provide some watch some live feeds and some commentary and stuff. So woohoo, yes, more streams are coming up. And some other news is because I'm in grad school right now, went back for second master's, right? But some other news, I got accepted to a doctorate's program, so PhD program next year. So after I graduate with this one, so we're gonna go and get our candidacy. So we'll be Dr. Xana. PhD is in emergency management as well. So I wanted to disaster zone with Xana. I love it. Hey, thank you. Yes, it's some exciting news. Because I took this year off. Thank you. Yeah, I took so I left NASA back in December because I wanted to get the full experience of like partial retirement. Not the full retirement. I hope to get there. You'll get there. Because I did retire from the military last year, and I wanted to get, just kind of experience what it's like to stay home, just take care of my mental health and take care of some stuff around house. And I feel like we are finally coming back. Like I'm in good spirits, and yeah, we're gonna take this in a kind of the same direction where the channel has started out from, but in more lives are coming from Xana. So, and it's gonna be lives like these where we'll just check it out, what's going on in the world, and talk about disasters. And I can actually put some of the professional perspective on it, and basically translate it from more of I'll say like emergency operation or like emergency management terminology into a bit of a simplistic terminology, in explaining why our certain responses or certain recovery operations are happening. And we can talk about the insurance companies that are actually pulling out of California. The fire insurance companies, they just decided to like bloop and put out of California, which is it's driving me nuts, because one of the reasons their excuse is becoming too expensive. Well, people are still living in here. People are still living in California. Yes, the new places are getting built is a little bit more fire, provides a little bit more fire protection for those houses, but yeah. And there are a lot of disasters lately. Oh, for sure. Yeah, unfortunately there's a lot of disasters, and unfortunately this is the time where I actually have a job. And yeah, so I've been posting quite a few articles on my LinkedIn account, and I don't go on my LinkedIn, I don't go as Xana. I actually go by my full name, which is open. Anybody feel free to follow on LinkedIn, but it's a bit more of a professional environment on LinkedIn. And let's see, Yeah, so I've been publishing some articles over there about, like emergency management and little things here and there. So it's okay read, It's not nothing too exciting for somebody who's not really really curious about this. But unfortunately, when a disaster strikes, Xana has a job. And I started my own consulting business too. It calls manageconsulting.com. I'm still in a progress of putting putting a website together. Here I can share that with you. Manageconsulting.com. And so, yeah, I'm still kind of like in a progress of getting some stuff together, some like write up and everything, and yeah. So there it is. It's it's my little website. So Manage Emergency Strategies Consulting, your trusted partner in emergency management, cyber response, and crisis resilience. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm it's coming. So that's where I've been hiding kind of away. I haven't been particularly streaming a lot, but this is where I've been hiding. So about us, and this is the vision, to foster a culture of preparedness that empowers organizations to face any crisis with confidence and clarity. So this is my little side business, but I think this is the direction that I kind of wanted to go, is to combine Anastasia world and Xana world into one realm. So yeah, that's the direction. Yeah, so basically to have to utilize this platform and utilize actually like this community and combine my professional experience and to strive forward, so that way I don't have to live the two different worlds and I can just be in one. And maybe some podcast in the future. So we'll see. But I think we wanted to still have fun. We're still gonna have fun. We're still gonna do our little beach walks, and just I'm still gonna hang out with Hazmat and Sunflower. Don't worry. We're gonna get there. We'll be there. But I wanted to concentrate a little bit more professionally on this direction, so that way people get to see who I am, like, instead of like little who is just Xana. So we'll combining Anastasia and Xaname together. Yeah. So there's no way to not have fun with Xaname. Woohoo! Right? Maybe some cooking shows. I don't know. I've been in the kitchen, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Your personality makes it fun, but your expertise is priceless. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Hence that's why I'm wearing glasses, because we're combining Anastasia and Xaname together. Yeah, might do a Halloween stream, but I'll see how she feels about it. So, like we did like a couple years ago, when we sat like right in front of the house. So nerd zone. Yeah, Xanaverse. The other channel is gonna be more of a nerdy, like alien talk and some flat Earth theories. So we're gonna transfer those videos into Xanaverse. That way we can still be the same, still be Xana, but this is where the alien talk is gonna happen. Yes. So Xanaverse. Oh yeah, if you haven't subbed to Xanaverse yet, so go sign up to Xanaverse. There, let me Xanaverse. Mirror, what happened? Okay. Oh, I haven't, because I don't have that many subs on Xanaverse yet. So, let's change this out. Yeah. So, no, I can't have the actual Xanaverse link yet, but I'll send it out in the chat. Hold on a second. Channel. Yeah. So we'll see. Oh, it's gonna be Xaname and Xanaverse. There you go. Yay! But you know, if somebody else hasn't subbed, so feel free to subscribe. We'll try to build up that channel too. But yeah, so this is our marketing plan, is combining Anastasia Mainage and Xana together, because that's like that's my name. It's out there. It's in the news. It's, you know, if you Google it, it's all out there. My LinkedIn out there, the business out there. So that's it. That's not coming back. There's no coming back with this, and we're combining the two worlds together. Yes. So personality worlds. All right. Okay, so it is we've been streaming for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm not doing a raffle this time around. No raffle. Maybe next time. But so I feel free to rewatch. Feel free to rewatch any of the stuff, but I am gonna come back and scrub it, because the first portion of the live stream, I kind of wanted to take it out. We had some technical difficulties at the very first portion of the stream. Yeah, Hayes, you know what? Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Miss you in chats. Seriously. So yes, I'm gonna edit the first portion of the stream. But you know what? Whoever stuck around here, like all this, 46 viewers, that's pretty cool. And the 46 viewers, usually I get like 2. So, those 46 viewers stuck around with me. But okay, I am gonna close out. You know how we are saying that: love yourself, be yourself, stay true to yourself, and peace.